Hi, welcome back to the Victoria Kitchen. Once again, I'm Chef Ella Victoria Lucky. Sorry about that, we had a few technical difficulties. But we're going to continue frying our chicken. And let me show you when you know it's ready for you to turn over because it turns a nice golden brown. Let's take a look. You see how that's a nice golden brown? So what we're going to do is we're just going to turn that over. Alright, and then what I've done is I also like to set a pan aside with a cooling rack so that the chicken can drip, the oil from the chicken can drip down to it, or also get a pan and just put paper towels in it and sit it in that side. So not too close to the burner, keep the paper towels away from the burner though. Okay? Alright, so while that chicken continues to keep frying, we're going to go back and talk about basic items I think you should have in your kitchen. Alright, let's go. So when I say basic items you have in your kitchen, I am basically referring to items that I like to keep in my kitchen and that I think are a staple for you to increase your awareness and get used to what's going on in the grocery store and the different aisles and what flavors that you want to get used to knowing. So let's start. So I was grounding up the seeds, which I talked about, were the Mediterranean seasonings, and they're good in Caribbean and Mexican dishes. So I want you to take a look at these cumin seeds. You see them? And they smell really fragrant. Of course, they all smell fragrant. Now, of course, you can buy this in a powder already grounded for you, but I like to use my mortar and pestle. And like I said before, you may be saying, what in the world is a mortar and pestle and why do I need to use it? Well, a mortar and a pestle is what people use to ground their own spices by hand. I like to use it just to break down things. I even do herbs in this to release the flavor out of the herbs like parsley or cilantro. And what you're going to do is you're going to pour your seeds in and you're going to mash them together, right? Grind it and grind it, right? And what I like to do is to grind my own seasonings, different mixtures, because it makes it fresher. It gives it a fresher flavor and a fresher taste. So I want to take this out so you see. Look at that good powder that we made right there. It's a nice powder. A nice I think that you should take a try and get some cumin seeds, okay? These little packs you can usually find for about $1 change at Food Line or Kroger in the Mexican or ethnic food section, okay? So we'll put that in a mortar and pestle. This is going to be very helpful and very interesting to use. Let me go check on that chicken and I'll be right back. You don't have to do that. You can just take the fast rise yeast, mix it in with your dry ingredients and your flour, and your salt, and mix that together, and then fast rise yeast in your kitchen. Okay? Baking powder. Baking powder is a necessity in your kitchen if you're a baker, or even if you just like to make pancakes. And I know a lot of people sometimes get confused with when they should use baking powder, baking soda. Baking soda is another necessity that you need in your kitchen for baking and for anything else that you might want to make. So this is how, when I first started cooking and baking, how I remembered how I should use baking powder and or baking soda. So let's use baking powder. I remember that baking powder is for when you want to puff up. Baking soda is for when you want to spread. Powder, puff. Soda, spread. For example, when I make pancakes, I use baking powder because I want my pancakes to puff up. I want them to puff up, right? Because they're already going to spread, so I don't want to put any more spreading factor in the baking soda. It's just going to make it a long, flat pancake. I want it to puff up. Now, specifically, you want to go back to the baking powder. I like to use aluminum-free baking powder. You don't want anything that has aluminum in it. It's just like